The international travel industry has been annihilated by the pandemic. Individual travel plans too have been shelved, or have they? These statistics are really interesting. We know there's been this massive movement to come home from Australians. Australian Border Force data shows that 280,000 citizens and permanent residents have returned since March. And of course, we're told that there are still 30,000 or 37,000 possibly Aussies overseas who want to get back home as well. Now, we've had an exodus, though, out of the country during this time from March. About 127,000 Australians have left since international borders were shut. 127,000 Australians going where? And for what purpose, you might ask? Now, it's not a large number because we usually wave goodbye to 7.76 million Aussies who depart the country normally over the same period. But at a time when the virus has plagued every other nation, way more than Australia, it doesn't seem to make sense that so many Australians would take on the double risk of travelling on aircraft and living in highly infected cities abroad. Well, you can get exemptions to leave the country if the trip is part of the response to the outbreak, which seems a little bit restrictive, but it's not. Exemptions have been given on compassionate grounds, such as going overseas for a funeral, receiving urgent medical treatment, which may not be available here, that would be rather negligible, or for business, and that's the largest percentage. Not all people have pressed the pause button on their careers or their lives. It seems that some business people have been going about their business despite what has been happening all around them. And part of that is running a business or arm of business in person abroad, no matter what the risks or dangers. For many of our exporters, having to cope with bans and tariffs slapped on their products by China last year, finding nations prepared to take their wares will require multiple face-to-face negotiations. Thereby, you have to travel. And in 2021, you can bet there'll be many more than just 127,000 people needing to fly out of Australia to save their business. Times are super tough, but these figures show us that Australians are still prepared to have a go.